Swimming Pool International, the Swimming Pool Podcast.
A warm welcome to our International Swimming Pool Podcast. In front of me sits Angela. Angela Herrmann, International Sales Manager at Banke Manufacturing in Germany.
And in front of me sits Michael Fisser, Export Manager at Fluvo Schmalenberger from Tübingen in Germany.
Hi Angela.
Hi.
Long time no see.
That's true, actually. And I see you different.
Yes. I have changed quite a bit and I lost a lot of weight, and that makes me feel really fit.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you. Well, it's the same for you, of course. This is in a place where we haven't been before, and in the sense that we didn't do a podcast here about us. And tell me, where are we?
Yeah, actually, we are at Spatex. This is like a swimming pool fair here, a local fair, we can say, in Great Britain. So where we are actually for the Spatex here is called the Coventry Building Society Arena, or the CBS Arena. And it's really a football stadium, which has quite a history because it was bankrupt and then it was not bankrupt. And it was actually bankrupt twice with two clubs. And then now they have a very young team and they play again with football or soccer. And so actually there's a game tonight also. So yeah, would be actually fun to see it. And but talking about this arena, it's not only the arena, it's also they have the exhibition hall where we are for Spatex. And there's also a casino and a hotel. So it's quite some area where we are actually. And yeah, it's a small fair, very nice and lovely, I have to say. People have time to talk. It's a very good place to be.
Something completely different compared to a massive exhibition like Lyon.
That actually it is, yeah.
And I just arrived this morning, so I didn't have a chance at all to look around Coventry or the surrounding areas. But you arrived yesterday, and you managed to look around a little bit. Anything specifically interesting?
Actually, I did, which I usually don't, but I took the time yesterday night and I walked around a bit. And I think it's good to know actually where you go, no? Since we travel so much. And yeah, it's an interesting city. And I looked up also some information which I didn't know. There's a church, and actually when you just visit and you think, why is this a ruin? No, this beautiful big church where you can see, I mean, there are still the towers. And then, of course, especially as Germans, we do remember some history, what happened here.
Yes.
So, yeah, and I read later, was a center actually, which I also thought in the 20th century, of the bicycle industry and then car industry. So,
Bicycles.
yeah, they had a very, very, very good industry. And yeah, with some years then it went down a bit. Also, of course, as I told you, it was bombed very heavily.
Right.
So I felt also in this kind of sense a bit, touched as a German, I have to say.
And in between, did you, as a tea lover, find your English cup of tea?
I did not, and I drank some coffee, I have to say, which is, I can't do this anymore. Today I'm going to have I have a tea and I'm going to buy tea. Yeah, I always buy tea in England.
Yes.
It's a good place to do so.
Of course. And this podcast is something completely different compared to what we normally do. We normally interview people, all kinds of people, with topics related to the pool industry. But nobody interviews us. So, and we also have some interesting things to say. So today we've decided to introduce ourselves a bit more, talk about our products, about new things, and what we can do to help you create the pool of your dreams.
Yeah, that's actually the topic. You're totally right.
And in that instance, if I may, Angela, Can you tell us a little bit first about Benke, the background, and what kind of company it is, what they do?
Yeah, I make it very short. Benke is, we maybe a lot of people know we're founded in 1945, so we have a very long history. And at the time, of course, we didn't do anything with pools. So we did like many people know we did this car lift thing, and we even built little wagons for cars. And the other day, actually, a French customer, or not a customer, somebody called me and said if we still have the drawings for this wagon. So yeah, this is what we do, but did. And 50 years ago, we started with swimming pool equipment, and we started with stainless steel, with heat exchangers, and stainless steel inbuilt parts. So skimmers, nozzles, drains, bottom drains, broom connections, all what you need for a pool. And this is what we do until, of course, much, much more than that, but this is what we do until today.
Okay, because you actually started with manufacturing of stainless steel, and later on you added the wholesale part, and you've sold many other products that
That
you
is
don't.
true. Yeah, we are, as you always think, amazing. We're a manufacturer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have two manufacturing sites in Germany, as we do the filters also. No, we're manufacturing filters, fiberglass reinforced with resin, and we have the stainless steel factory, and we are a wholesaler. That means we do sell other parts for pools, everything what is related to water treatment. So you have clean water, and you can buy actually everything with Binke. What
Ah,
is needed for water
so
treatment?
that's a one-stop supplier.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So it's not like you need to think, you make your brain tired of where I can get this part or this part. You just ask us. Simply.
Yes. And in these days, that convenience and time is money, and if you can get it. Okay, quite
Yeah.
interesting. Later on, we will go specifically into some of your products.
Yes. And Michael, tell me something general about Fluvo Schmalenberger.
Yes,
I'm also always surprised because you do also two things.
yes. Let me start from the beginning. Schmalenberger, before the Second World War, were a cigar manufacturer in Kaiserslautern, made by the brothers Schmalenberger. And in the Second World War, the factory got bombed in Germany, and for about 7 or 8 years, they didn't do anything. And then in 1953, they decided, let's make pumps. So they moved from cigar to pumps.
That's very close.
Yes, yes, and not standard pumps. No, pumps in the automotive industry, pumping all kinds of heavy metals with cooling liquids and very complicated. And then in 1970, they decided, well, since we have a pump, why not pools? And I believe we were the second one in Europe, at least in Germany, who made their own countercurrent. And this was in the early 70s. And from there on, like with Bank, it grew and it grew, and we added more products and everything related to pools, but from countercurrents to you name it, for big public pools. So we are also a one-stop supplier, but more in the water features, the attraction side, and not in the water treatment side. So that makes us, good partners worldwide, with as we are not competitors. And that is the story in a nutshell. It's also still a family-owned company. So generations ago they started, and very soon, I think generation 5 or 6 will enter the company, and we will see.
Yeah,
So,
that's the same for us actually. And I think since you mentioned it, it's interesting because there are, especially in the swimming pool industry, as you do also industry, but
yeah,
in the swimming pool industry, there are not many companies anymore who are really like we are Binke as well, family-owned businesses. No, most of them they're already bought by other companies
yes,
and
yes,
belong to big groups. So we are here the fighters, let's say.
yes, yeah, you can say so.
Yeah.
And yes, so well, quite interesting, to know a little bit the background of both companies. And now at the beginning of the season, and having did the Lyon exhibition a few months ago, you introduced a couple of new products. And the one that really caught my eye is a product called Revolution. And first of all, what is Revolution?
Yeah, if I may just go one step
Back?
before that,
Yeah.
sorry, because then I can lead much better to the revolution.
Yeah.
Because we're, as I mentioned, we're a stainless steel manufacturer, and we already had so many stainless steel products in polished version.
Yes.
Always, always we did that, and then we started actually about 2 years ago with a black stainless steel line. And we were always kind of looking for something new,
Right,
to
right.
change something, because we had so many years the same thing, and after some time you also think, oh, you want to see something different. And we have the Revolution line. We did see something different. We developed something new, and it's a very different line. It looks different. It's different from the how we connect to the niche and all these things. So it is a revolution, I would say, also from the touch, the look, the system. It's new.
Right, right. Yes, yes. And for the first time today, I had the opportunity. I've seen it on pictures, but I never touched it. And so now at the Spatex, where your partner is exhibiting the products, I had a chance to feel it, and it really feels differently. It's very difficult to describe how it feels and how it looks. Yeah, I can say the color is gray.
Yeah.
But how to describe how it feels, and it's silky in a way.
Yeah, I would say, I like fabrics. So for me, I would say, it's actually a mix of silk. I would have thought it's velvet.
Velvet,
but-
velvet. Yeah,
but-
that's a better word. Because velvet is more the
Smooth.
soft,
Yeah,
and
it's soft.
and silk is of course slippery.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I've noticed now at 2 fairs that people, and I have to say sorry, but also men, they are there and touching the inbuilt part, because it has this, the surface really has this feeling where you want to touch it.
Right,
It's
right.
something new, and it doesn't have any stains.
No,
You actually can freely touch it. So this is already something from the surface,
Yes,
it's a
yes.
totally different surface. And also, of course, the look. Yeah.
Yes, but I can confirm, when I saw the product, the first thing I did was touch it.
Yes.
And it's actually right, correct. So, and well, yeah. So this is the aesthetic part, which really looks nice, and I have not seen it before anywhere in the world. And so, what is the material?
It is stainless steel, 316L, as we always use now for the standard line, as we have the black line. Also now we have a gold version, so it is 316L as we always use. So people have asked it a lot of times actually on the fair, because they could not believe that this smooth touching feeling is stainless steel, but it is.
So you have it now in let's call it gray.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have it in gold. Did
Yeah.
I hear it correctly?
Yeah, we do have inbuilt parts also in gold finish. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And well, you said always good to show people something new, something different. And was this the reason, while you already have so many inbuilt parts, why did you think of a new line in the first place?
I
Simply
think-
to have something new, or?
I think it was also to simplify, because we have in the standard version, we have so many parts, we have so many skimmer versions, and we always adapt to the type of the pool. That means if you have a liner pool, we have the right flange for the liner. If we have a stainless steel pool, we'll have a different ending. So we have such a wide range, and we really wanted to make it easier for the customer, also for storage. So we have less parts. And this is also one reason, no, to simplify the range. And later, and we are in the process at the moment that we will actually also the standard version that we will take it in the Revolution version. That means we want to simplify the whole range.
Right, step by step. Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Exactly.
And what I've now it's a little bit technical, but that interests me. When I look at the brochure, you basically have two sizes.
Yes, we have two sizes, 170 and 240.
Yeah.
These are the two sizes, and simplifying is because we are the niche. For example, we can use for the light, we can use it for the bottom drain, and we can use it for the piezo button. So it means we have the same niche. So we don't have, so many different niches for all of these parts. We are using the same niche, and there are simply two sizes, and that's it.
So a customer could theoretically say in the niche where he now has a light and he wants to have buttons in there, it would fit for retrofitting as well.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's very, very convenient. And so besides your the new Revolution built-in parts, I see you also do skimmers and in Revolution.
Yes, we have skimmers. We do the whole range in Revolution, the Revolution style from the outside.
Right.
Where we actually use, we have two versions again, but we have one version where we have the screws. We use torque screws.
Yes, yes.
And it's kind of like an industrial kind of design. And actually, the idea came from a watch, let's say, from a rather expensive watch. And they have these screws, around.
Yes.
This is how the idea actually came up, that we think, this watch looks pretty cool. So why don't we take that design for our inbuilt parts? So we have this also for the nozzles, for the skimmer, what you see in the pool, the skimmer, the cover. And in also the whole range basically will be in Revolution.
Well, it looks very impressive, and of course the listeners cannot see it. But if you go to www.benke.com, you can actually see the products for yourself, and you will be amazed. So one last question that I have regarding this product: is it suitable for all kinds of pool types?
Yes, it is. So we adapt again as we did in our big range again with the simplified version, but then we have a flange or not a flange, and that's basically it. And also before we had, for example, for the wall transition, we had, I don't know, like 5 different models of the lengths.
Yes.
And now we only have like 2, and then we can adapt with,
you can extend it.
We can extend it, and that's it.
Okay, so that's also a major improvement.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and I think you will gain a lot of interest with this product, and yes, it will. I'm sure. I mean, it's brand new, but you have one question I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot actually a major thing besides the touch and the look, and it's very flat, so it's only 3 millimeters.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I just read it. That it is almost it's almost flush with the pool wall. It's just 3 millimeters, so you can use it for movable floors.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't stick out. You don't fall about a bottom drain, and you think what is actually in the pool. Is there something somebody forgot something, because it's really almost into the surface of the pool.
Really, really nice. One last question I do have that I forgot too is. So far, you introduced it in Lyon last year. Now it's about 4 months later, and I realize it's winter. Have you got any? Did you receive any feedback from worldwide, from Germany?
Yeah, actually we do, and also here at Spatex, people are really loving it. It's really something where they say, "Wow, like as you said just now, it's something definitely new, and it looks good with a liner." We have it here in our tower where you can see it.
Yes.
And they really like amazed about what is also maybe possible with inbuilt parts, no? Because sometimes you would rather think maybe it might be boring, but actually there is, you can put design into it,
Yes.
and that is actually possible. I do have to say that, there are some countries where it's more like, far from Europe, they would rather prefer a blink blink version.
Yes.
So it depends a bit on that also. But here for Europe, it's a goer.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, of course, good luck with it this season. And it's not possible for us to really do a glass ball prediction, but it's looking good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okie doke.
Okay, yes, and we're here also because I wanted to learn much more about fluvo, and which I have to admit, you just did because in my preparation here, and you sent me some material about your company, and I was amazed. And I'm not just saying that because here is a podcast. I was amazed how many products you have, and yeah, how many different products you have. And it was fun to read the brochures. And you have a very good brochure actually, where you can see in the pool where you mentioned like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can see the different products you're doing actually.
Right.
And yeah, it's a very wide range. Besides you're doing industry, this is something I wanted to mention. No, with your pumps. Yeah, we are at Spatex. You hear some noises.
Yeah,
maybe.
yes.
It's a fair.
That's exactly. And
But yeah, I do. It was surprising how many things you do. And then there's another thing. Yeah, we wanted to talk about new things you have. As you mentioned, Lyon, no, what you presented again also at the fair. And of course, I like it a lot. You have the Black Diamant Line. I already love the name since I love jewelry. And yeah,
yes.
just tell me a little bit about it. What is Black Diamant Line?
Yes, I will, and I have to add something up front. It is not completely new in that sense, but it's the first time for us that we presented it outside Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, it was completely new. And Black Diamond Line, in that sense, there is a comparison to Revolution is that we use our 316 Ti stainless steel and apply a chemical process to make it Black Diamond Line. And it's very thin, the layer, but still it goes almost through to the stainless steel, so you cannot scratch it or scratch the coating off. It really goes into the metal and stays in there. And yeah, so
it's super resistant.
It's super resistant. It's suitable for salt chlorination, salt electrolysis, and theoretically we can make a version for seawater.
Wow!
But the standard version is the standard Black Diamond Line is suitable for salt chlorination. And yeah, what I also would like to add, we started with just a few products, and slowly but gradually we add more and more depending on the request. Basically, any stainless steel to a certain size, we can make it Black Diamond Line.
Okay.
It goes into a heating process where the size of the oven is what is the limitation.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, so that's a bit the story of what is Black Diamond Line.
So it means you have this, as you described, no, how you make it. So it means you have all the parts, inbuilt parts, or all the parts. The many I've mentioned already that you have so many for water features in black.
Well, yeah, if I may point it out, our main products, swimming countercurrents, hydro massage, smaller suctions to accommodate the pumps, piezo switches. This we all have in Black Diamond Line. These are mainly meant for private pools.
Okay.
That's the main part of the market. If there is a demand from architects especially in Sweden, who like this high quality stuff, it may grow even further.
Okay. Yeah. As I said, you have so many products for the water features.
Yes,
I saw that you also have water currents and water cannons.
yes.
Yeah. So what kind of water currents and cannons is
Um,
Fluvo making?
okay, so water cannons is in general a stainless steel pipe, and where the head creates a shape of a flow or stream. And there we have like flat jets, bell jets, tree jets, and I believe 6 different shapes in the water cannons. And we do custom build if a customer wants it in an angle or a little bit longer or shorter. We do that.
Ah, that's interesting because sometimes when I go to, I don't go very often, no, to a open or a public, when they have this water cannons, and I sometimes feel they are way too high
Yeah, and
because I'm short.
yes, but there is a reason for that. By law, by the European standards, in public pool, the head has to be a certain distance to the water
Ah, okay.
so that people cannot injure their heads.
Not that they bump against it or something.
Again, if you're
Okay.
lower, the pool is rejected.
Okay, there's no danger for me.
No, no. But going back to your question, so that's the water cannons, and then we do something we call water curtains, and that is in the shape of a snake, and that's why we call it a cobra. And we do these in stainless steel, but we have one unique version as well, which is coincidentally also black, but it's made out of carbon fiber. And it's the same carbon fiber as you use on Formula One cars. So there is a certain type of customers who like cars who generally buy that rather than stainless steel. But the shape is the same, and the cobras are really made for massage of your shoulders, and is very often used together with hydro massage nozzles. So you can, instead of swimming against the machine, you go into the pool after work and you relax. You
Yeah.
get a shoulder massage, and that's gaining popularity in the last decade. That people are more moving to relaxing in the pool than exercising in the pool. I mean, the exercising is not gone, but you see more wellness.
More chilling and
Yeah, and chilling and grilling
Chilling.
in the pool.
Yeah.
Yes,
And actually maybe the Cobra, even though it's a different material, fits also again
with the
to
black line,
yeah,
diamond
with
line.
the Black Diamond Line.
I would say definitely say so,
Yeah.
because at least the color is the same, and one is above water and the other
Yeah.
one is underwater.
Yeah, I imagine it looks pretty cool actually.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said people are not so much more, they like to chill, but there are still people who do want to exercise, no, and who maybe have a smaller pool and who are looking for a counter-current system in the pool. And I know you're doing that. I didn't do my homework, so tell me something.
Yeah. Well, Fluvo, as from the early 70s, was a player in the countercurrent from the beginning. And some people call it countercurrents, others call it jet streams, others call it swim jets, and it's all the same. Countercurrents is very English, and the rest of Europe, I would say, call it jet stream.
Okay. Well, you're in
And
England, so
yes,
you
yeah.
have
So
no
I
choice now.
so we call it countercurrents.
Yeah.
So we started from the early '70s with this, and the standard configuration is a pump behind the pool wall, with in the pool a head coming out with an installed head or a faceplate where water and air comes out, which you can control. And then depending on the type of person who using it, you take one with more or with less power.
Mm-hmm.
We originally said our product is meant for families, so it's generally not for power swimming, as some of the other machines you see around now, like turbines, and so we are more for where the father, the mother, and the children play in the pool. They can swim against it, but you can also use it as some kind of massage, and it's a family feature.
Okay. You just mentioned before that you were probably the first ones in 1970s to start with a counter current, no?
Yeah.
That's interesting because a lot of people at that time probably not even thought of a pool, no, they rather do gardening, and you were already doing counter currents, and I think you have such a long experience, no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
tell
Yes.
me
Yes.
what makes a counter current a real good, as you said, counter current
Um,
maybe.
well, the whole trick with all countercurrents is you must create it in such a way that it's pleasant for the swimmer without getting splashed with water in his eye, and so he has to in a relaxed way be able to do uh, all kinds of swim techniques. And you do that by, of course, calculating the perfect hydraulic design, because you have to suck the water in and it has to be pushed out through a pump. So you have to design the shape, etc., of the nozzle in such a way that it becomes pleasant for the swimmer, and also at the same time he can be active. And that takes a number of years by trial and error.
Yeah, I think so, no?
And nowadays you have so many, but in the early days it was two or three companies, and it was like inventing the wheel.
And you just mentioned you want to understand, or the custom, or you do it for a family. It's not only, like for the swimmer who swims every day and wants to win a prize. So, how do you do that? Are there different programs? How do I manage my counter current system?
For the professional swimmers or for the at home?
Well, you said for the family,
Yeah,
no?
for the family, the most basic version, which is the most common, is an on and off button, and you can, with rotary buttons, you can add more air or more water or close it down. So if it's a child, you close it down, little air, and so on. So it's fully adjustable. If you get more expensive, you can do it electronically with your phone,
Phone, okay.
and this is something that we see more and more, that people want to control their features, their toys, with a phone, and we have an app, a so-called my Fluvo app, where you can control all kinds of Fluvo products in the pool, whether it's massage, lights, countercurrents, water curtain, and all in one app. And you can make different programs for Papa, different programs for the children, and you can, even if you swim really hard, make the lights turn red, and if you're slowing down, it turns green. So there's a lot to be able. There is we make countercurrents for a somewhat more limited budget, up to the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I
Basically.
saw the app and I like the design also. It's very easy to handle and very easy to see. So yeah, it's a very clear management of it.
And
Yeah.
and if I may add, now that you asked for the app, we came out this year with a countercurrent without any buttons, not at all. You cannot control it on the device anymore. You can only control it from a telephone,
Yeah.
which nowadays are mostly waterproof anyway. And this is for minimalistic design. People don't want buttons and just a
Yeah,
flat
it's very
surface.
clear, very easy to
So that's called,
get.
and
Yeah.
that's called Xana's Connect. This is brand new, just in this price list, and we will make that in Black Diamond Line as well.
Muy bien. And my favorite, I have to say, I already like, since I went through the brochure, and I also like the stories behind you have on the lazy river. And Yeah,
Yeah.
just tell me more about this,
Well,
please.
lazy river, same like countercurrent. Some people call it lazy river, and all other call it wild water rapids, and both are correct. With lazy river, they mean you go in the pool, you don't have to do anything, and you're moved by yourself, so you're lazy. But wild water rapids is also applicable because you have wild water moving, and so the whole stream is a rapid, a fast rapid. But more common is lazy river. And lazy rivers are generally done for either smaller ones for hotels or things like center parks, where you have all these small houses
Mm.
and you have a water park for the children, and or in resorts. And yeah, if I may, I have an. Some of them are so long, and we have to calculate every jet and the position where to put it to make sure that the whole thing has keeps maintains its speed. Because if you have 50 or 100 people going in, and somewhere in the middle there is no flow, they all crash.
Yeah.
And so that is a big task of it. And but we did one in Oman years ago, which was half a kilometer long, which is quite long. Many pumps, many nozzles, and they wanted to make sure that people in water features like a raft or something would move at a fast speed, so that they could have enough people going in. So we calculated that and so on, and but obviously they want to test it. So when testing this, they actually threw in a couple of bottles of water, went to the other end with a stopwatch, and then that way could measure the guaranteed speed. And we were really happy because if you do it wrong, you have to take out concrete and tiles and
Phew.
reorganize. So yeah, it's an interesting product. There are not so many suppliers in the world who are specialized in this. It's not an everyday product,
Yeah, for sure.
and
I don't
so
have a lazy river in my
no,
garden.
no, I can imagine. Um,
I don't even have a garden, but it's another story. Yeah. No, I really, to be honest, I really, when I go to a water park or I really enjoy these
Lazy riff,
lazy rivers
yes,
because you do have to do nothing and they just just flow away and yeah, it's something I definitely enjoy.
yes, 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 yes. It's a lot of fun, and especially kids, and
Oh yeah, and me.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But aren't we all still a kid
Oh
deep down inside?
yeah.
Um,
I do know that you do also hydromassage and air bubblers, and of course, this is all what you said, all the water features, no, what you can imagine you have at Fluvo. And as you said something very beautiful before when we were talking, as you think you have the best, you're really, really convinced that you have the best system existing. And of course, if you do have the best system, it's not always super cheap, but it's also not very expensive. No, you just have to ask for it. And yeah,
Yes, so yes, our quality is very high, and but if people have a little less to spend, instead of stainless steel, we also do ABS. The same systems also in ABS. So that's why I said you can have
the
from
sky is the limit.
a moderate budget to the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I can talk hours and hours and hours about our products since we have so much. But unfortunately, our time is limited. And what I would say, for people that are interested, and since we were talking about our products, I said before, they can look at your products at www.benke.com, and so can they look at our products at www.fluvo.de. So there they can read everything we just told and download brochures,
Yes.
and from there, if they're interested, contact somebody. in our inside sales department.
Of course, yes. And I do also a lot of LinkedIn, so you can always reach me and also reach us all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
so the main question, what did we learn today?
I learned a lot about your products because, as I said before, I was amazed that you actually do so many, such a wide range. And you have a snake, you have you have everything. You have the black diamonds.
And, well,
And many you have, as I said, a wide range of water feature products on a very and on a very technically on a very high level. And I learned also that you first did cigar and then you came from a cigar to a pump.
yes.
And yeah.
Well, yes, and for me, what did I learn? Well, the main thing for me today was really exploring the revolution. You know, that you made such a nice modular system where you can, with as few as possible parts, make as many as possible products, leading to shorter deliveries and stuff like that. So it's really, really amazing, and it looks gorgeous.
Thank you.
So, you listeners, thank you, Ollie, very much for your time. And I would like to, unless you have something more to add, Angela, I would like to say you can write us with any comments or questions at mail@swimmingpool-podcast.com. Goodbye.
Danke.
Gracias.
Merci.
Sheshe.
Danke well, that was difficult.
Spasiba.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Swimming Pool International, the Swimming Pool Podcast.